Okay, so we just got our first good possible coin signal of the hunt. Let's have a listen. This is probably going to be a coin, so let's go ahead and dig it. And it's looking like right away I'm picking up on the signal. I think that it may be right here in the middle. We'll see if we're going to get a coin. Oh, yep, we definitely are. So there is the coin right there. And we'll see if this is going to end up being a zinc penny or is it going to be something else. Whoa, guys, look at that. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 2 of the Ultimate Coin Hunt. The Ultimate Coin Hunt, of course, is a series where I take this metal detector and a shovel and try to use them in an attempt to find all United States coins dating all the way back to 1920. With one episode completed already, you can see that we already have some of these books started, namely the 1941 through 74 Lincoln cents. You can see we have 5 coins already in that book, and I'm hoping to expand on that today. For today's hunt, I've chosen a location that I've hunted several times in the past. I've been successful at finding silver coins, including silver dimes and quarters, as well as half dollars and even small dollar coins. And you know, I had this thought in the back of my mind that it might be this, but that's my first Kennedy half dollar right there. That's so cool. Look at this down in the bottom of the hole. See a big silver rim. That is so cool. I was hoping for a silver dime, but we just won up there right there. That is awesome. That being said, I have a few collections that I'd like to target for today's hunt. For today's hunt, I'd like to continue targeting the 1941 through 74 Lincoln cents, but I'd also like to try and see if we can find a silver dime, which is likely going to be a Roosevelt silver dime if we do get one. I'd also like to see if we could find a Kennedy half dollar. I know it's possible. I've done it here before, so hopefully we can get one of those today as well. So in the beginning of the last episode, I showed you what each coin denomination sounded like to the Garrett Ace 400. And today, to start this episode off, I'm going to be showing you the difference between a clad and silver dime and a clad and silver quarter as far as the Garrett Ace 400 metal detector goes. So starting off with the clad dime, that's going to be a solid 84. Over to the silver dime now. Gives us a solid 86, so a little bit different there. Now on to the clad quarter. That's going to be a solid 89, and the silver quarter is going to be a solid 90. So those are the signals that we're looking for today. Hopefully we can pull out a silver dime. If we're really lucky, we can get a silver quarter like that one right there. Now I'm going to have to apologize in advance. It is a little bit windy out here today, but other than that, it is a perfect day for metal detecting. So I'm super excited to get into this, and hopefully we can find some silver today. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the hunt. Okay, so we just got our first good possible coin signal of the hunt. Let's have a listen. So as you can see, it's kind of jumping around in the 80s there, but I think this is probably going to be a coin, so let's go ahead and dig it. I'm hoping for a silver dime. All right, guys, just cut a plug, and now the signal is sounding a little bit different. Let's take a listen. So yeah, it's definitely in the plug, coming in at about a 79.80, which is usually typical of a zinc penny. Let's go ahead and see if we can just locate this one in the plug here. And it's looking like right away I'm picking up on the signal. I think that it may be right here in the middle, and we'll see if we're gonna get a coin. Oh, yep, we definitely are. So there is the coin right there, and we'll see if this is gonna end up being a zinc penny or is it gonna be something else. Whoa, guys, look at that. I thought that was gonna be a zinc penny just based on the signal, and we just pulled out a wheat penny, the first hole. Now I think I need to get this into a little better lighting because I can't really see it. Let me just bring it into the sun over here real quick for you so we can take a look at this together. My God, look at that, guys. This may end up being an older one too because it did have that lower tone. Is that a 1911? No, 1941, I believe. Okay, so 1941, I think we made it into that collection. I think that that is the first year in the, I think it's the 41 through 74. And we just got that wheat penny right there. First hole. What an amazing signal to pull right off the bat. It definitely goes to show that there is probably going to be silver in here. If we're pulling coins out from the 40s, think about pulling a dime out from the 40s. That'd either be a Roosevelt dime or even could be a Mercury dime. So we definitely have some stuff to find here, guys. That's a really nice sign on the first hole. Let's get on to the next one. All right, guys, now I'm on a signal that I'm really excited about. Check this out. So pretty similar to the last one, jumping up to 90s every once in a while. This may sound a little lower when we pull it out of the plug, but I'm gonna cut a plug here. Hopefully it stays high and we get a silver dime out of this. This is a really, really nice signal. High 80s, low 90s every once in a while. Now this may actually end up being a bottle cap. That does happen from time to time, but with a signal that nice, you gotta dig it. Let's take a look. All right, guys, just got down in the hole here, and I think I've already located the target. It looks like it's gonna be under this root. I was just using my pinpointer, and as you can see, right under that root, Yeah, I'm getting a strong signal, and I think I even saw the rim of it. Let's see if we can get that to show for us again. There it is. You guys see that? That's the rim of a coin right there. I think it's going to be a penny. If it was a dime, you would see a silvery rim, but that definitely doesn't look... Let's see, where is it? Doesn't look like a silvery rim, but let's pull that out and see what we're going to get here. Okay, so yeah, it is going to be a penny, and it is going to be a copper penny this time. Not going to be a wheat penny, though. 1982 is the date on that one. That is the very last copper penny that was made right there. And I believe that that one is going to be a large date. It also looks like we have a little bit of variation on that rim. It looks like we have kind of a double rim on the bottom right-hand side there. So that's pretty cool as well. That one will definitely be going into the collection. I know that we don't have that one yet. So awesome. Another find, another penny in the POC. We'll get on to the next one and see what else we can find. All right, guys, just a few feet away from that last find, and I have a mid-90s to upper 90s signal here. Check this out. So that's kind of hanging out there in the mid-90s. That is actually a $50 signal right there. Hopefully when we pull this out, that's actually what it ends up being. Or it could be a silver quarter, who knows. But I'm gonna dig it and hopefully we can get something good. So just cut this plug, check the plug. It's not in the plug, it's actually in the bottom of the hole. Use my pinpointer to locate it here. Check this out. You can see it's right there. Once again, up under a root it looks like, and I can't tell, guys, when I checked with that signal, it was an 89, 90, 91. So I think this might just be a clad quarter, but it also could be a dollar coin or a $50. So let's pull this one out together and see what it's gonna be. As you can see, it is right up under that root. Let's pull this out and take a look. Just a clad quarter, but hey, clad quarter is really not too bad either. We still need quite a few of those. So let's see what the date is on this one. Let's see how close we were to getting a silver one here. Okay, woo, 1960s. It looks like it's gonna be a 1967. Very close to silver on that one. So there's a better look at the coin. 1967 quarter in the POC. Like I said, just 3 years off of being a silver quarter. Let's get on to the next one. So I just dug a plug on this high signal. It was coming in high 80s. It was kind of jumping up to the 90s every once in a while. Listen to it now. So you can see it's kind of in the 90s. The weird thing is that I got down in the hole here and I can already see the edge of some kind of coin. I think it's a penny, but I can't be sure. I think it probably, yeah, it looks like it is going to be a penny, but the fact that that signal was so high leads me to believe that there may be more in here. Let's see if we can get a date off of this this penny right here. Looks like it's going to be a 1960 something, 61 Denver, I believe. All right, I just gave it a quick rub, and you can see now that it's definitely a 1961 penny. Let's go ahead and check the hole, though. There may actually be more in there. Like I said, this was a little bit of a higher tone than I would expect just one coin to come out of. So I'm not getting anything with the probe, which means that there isn't anything in the general vicinity. But let me just recheck it real quick with the metal detector and see if we get any more signals. All right, so that is super weird, guys. Not getting any more signals on this one. Nothing in the plug either. So I guess it was just the one coin for that hole. We are getting a little bit of an iron signal though, so that might have been messing with the signal. All right, that's another penny in the POC. I think we need that one in the collection, so let's get on to the next one and see what else we can get. So I just got down on this signal that sounded like a penny, possibly a clad dime, and I've located the target is going to be in the sidewall over here. Check this out. So I'm getting a strong signal right there. I think it's going to be right there on the surface. Let's see if we can pry it out of there using just the glove. You see it yet? I don't see anything yet. Let's see if we've dropped it maybe. Nope. We're right on it, so it should be right about here. Are we gonna see a coin? Penny, possibly dime. Oh, I think I see the imprint of one. Okay, getting really close now. And I think, what is it gonna be? Oh yeah, there it is right there. What is that? Is that a coin? No, I don't think it is a coin this time around, guys. Looks like it's just gonna be some weird little, maybe a button. Huh. Well, let me know down in the comments what you guys think that is. Almost a coin. It's kind of heavy. I don't know. I'll have to get that cleaned up and we'll take a closer look. So for this one, your guys' guess is as good as mine. It doesn't look like an even cross, so it almost looks like a religious piece, which is kind of weird. Just looking at that, I have no clue what I'm looking at. So I'm not sure if I should be excited or let down. I'm not really sure. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think that is, and we'll get on to the next hole. Okay, so this is an interesting case. Just got down on this, which sounded like a penny signal, and up here in the plug, you can actually see the imprint of a penny right there. You can even see some of the lettering on the side of it. Now let's see if it's in the plug here. Turn my pinpointer on, and nope, it's not in the plug. So it must be somewhere down here in the hole. Let's see if we can locate it. Okay, so we are right on it, guys. It must be loose in here somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is, right there. Let's pull that out of here and see if we're gonna get a wheat penny. Nope, looks like it's just gonna be a Lincoln penny, actually in really nice shape though. And it's pretty old as well. Another 60s coin, 1966 it looks like on that one. So we're definitely getting some coins from the 60s here. Should be getting some wheat pennies as well anytime. We got really lucky there, and that first signal ended up being a 41. And I'm hoping that we can get something silver out of here because we're in that time period for sure. All right, let's keep looking. All right, just got down on this 86, 87 signal. A lot of these signals have been a little higher than expected. I think this one's probably just gonna be a penny again. And as you can see, I've located it. It's right about there. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this one out and see what this ends up being. Oh yeah, looks like it is gonna be a penny. And I think it's gonna be a memorial once again. So not a wheat penny this time. Pretty good shape though. That one definitely looks like it's in decent shape. And the year on it is 77 Denver. I don't think we have that one in the collection, so that is a good sign. Let's get on to the next one. Hopefully we start getting some older stuff soon. All right, we're gonna try something here. I got on a signal here that sounds like it may be a nickel. Let's take a listen and see if we're gonna get our first nickel here. So that is a textbook nickel, ladies and gentlemen. High 40s, kind of up into 50. I think this may actually end up being a nickel. Let's hear it again. Nice and concentrated. All right, let's dig this one. I'm hoping for a nickel here. So the target on this one was not very deep at all, maybe 2 inches max. It was actually way up here in the plug, and I've identified it here. Yeah, we're right on it there, so it should be around here. I'm gonna use the glove hand just in case it ends up not being a coin. I don't wanna get stabbed or poked by anything sharp here. So let's move that little worm guy out of the way. And I didn't see it yet. Guess we haven't got it out yet. Let's keep digging here. See if we can get that to come out. Oh, look at that, guys. It is a nickel. Oh yes, finally. Okay, that is so sweet. It's so hard to find nickels because they sound just like trash. But we finally got one there. Not very deep, so I don't think it's gonna be all that old. Although I think, what is that? Is that 81 or 61? I can't tell. See if we can get this date off of here. I think it's 61. Let's clean off that backside a little bit so we can take a look at this coin. There's the reverse. I think this is gonna be an 81. It kinda is giving me that newer vibe. Maybe not though, it might actually be 61. Which would be, oh yeah guys, that's definitely 61. So we actually got one in the 38 through 61 collection just now, and just barely made it into that collection. That's a pretty old nickel right there. I will definitely take that. Awesome find. So I have a pretty textbook penny signal right here, and I'm in front of one of the old buildings, so I'm hoping that we're gonna get a wheat penny here. Take a listen. So bouncing between an 83 and an 84. I think this is definitely gonna be a penny, maybe a clad dime. Either way, it should be a good find. Let's take a look. So it turns out that this one was actually not a coin signal, and after all, it was a piece of an old toy car. This is something that I've found quite a bit around here. I know that kids have lived here with their families in the past, and so I find a lot of these, I think they're from the 60s or 70s, these old toy cars. This one's pretty broken up. I found some much better ones in the past, but still pretty cool find. I like those. And I could probably put a whole collection together of just these toy car pieces. Maybe some of you guys even remember having these as kids. Anyway, we'll get on to the next one and see what else we can get. And the very next hole, we got another one, same color, but this isn't actually a piece off of the first one that we found. This one looks to be complete all on its own. Maybe that other piece was like a trailer that was supposed to hook onto this one. What I'm surprised about with this one is how tiny it is. Look how small that is. It doesn't really compare to the size of Hot Wheels or whatever they have today. I had a lot of Hot Wheels as a kid. But yeah, this one is just really small, so kind of interesting. All right, so I moved into kind of like the courtyard areas of one of these buildings, and I gotta say the grass here is absolutely incredible. Almost impossible to see where you're digging, and it's very long and lush. But anyways, got up here in this plug on what sounded like a penny signal, and you can hear it right there. So we have a penny here, and I've already kind of located it. You can see right here that it is going to be a penny, and I think it's going to be a Lincoln penny. Let's just make sure. Yep, definitely a Lincoln penny right there. Let's see what we're gonna get for a date on it. and it'll kind of give me an idea of what I can expect to find in this particular area. All right, so it looks like it's going to be another 1960s coin. I think it's a 61 once again. I don't know, I'm going to have to kind of move some of that dirt around so that we can get the date off of it. But I definitely saw a 6 there for a second, a high relief, so early to mid 60s on that one. So we'll get on to the next one and see what else we can get. All right, so here we are once again with the high 80s, low 90s signal. Let's take a listen. Definitely a good sign. Probably going to be a clad quarter, but it may be a silver dime or a silver quarter, so let's take a look. All right, so I was going to say this is a good sign. It came out right in the bottom of the plug. Didn't have to dig for it. Unfortunately, that does not look coin shaped. It may actually be a razor blade, so I don't want to get too comfortable handling that, although I think it's just some piece of metal broken off of something. I can't say for sure. All I do know is that it's been a while since I found a coin, and I really need to get one here soon. All right, so I moved back into the spot where I was originally finding all the coins, and finally squeaked out a 1970 Denver penny right there, which is something that we still need in the collection, so I will definitely take that. Still looking for those older coins though. Hopefully we can find some before the episode ends. A couple minutes later, and I snagged this coin right here. Going in the wrong direction, I know. You can see that this is a zinc penny, but this one is in much better shape than the ones that I found in the first episode. You can clearly read the date right there, 2001 Denver. That's going to end up being the newest coin that we found so far in the series, but it's still one that we need in the collection, so I'm happy to have it. Let's get on to the next one. All right, guys, here's a pretty decent signal. High 80s, low 90s. Give it a listen. That sounds like a clad quarter to me. Let's dig it and find out. All right, so just as soon as I pop the plug, the coin falls right out. I didn't even touch this yet. And that is it right there. We still have not found a state quarter yet. All of these quarters are fairly old. The first one we found was 1967, and this one's gonna be 1982. So that's gonna be right next to the 1983 that we found in the first episode. Definitely happy to be finding quarters and getting those quarter collections filled up. Okay guys, this could be really good. I just got down on a signal which sounded like it was gonna be a copper penny, and I'm seeing something in the plug that has a silvery shine to it. So I don't know what this is gonna be. I'm gonna recheck the signal now that it's out of the plug. Let's see what we get for a signal now. Okay, that's a good sign, guys. 83, 84 could definitely be silver, but I don't know what this object is or where it ends. It looks like we haven't even identified the shape of it yet. It may be a silver spoon. Okay, it's gonna go all the way over here. I don't know, guys. This is kind of looking big for silver, but I'm not really sure. There's the end of it right there. Okay, yeah, I think that this might just be a piece of siding or something. I'm seeing some spots on it now. Not really looking like silver, but it did for a second there. Well, it's probably aluminum now that I think about it. It's fairly light and looks like a piece of trim. Oh well, better luck next time. All right, guys, I think this is going to be the last signal of the day. Sounds like we have a pretty textbook penny here. Let's have a listen. So solid 83, 84. This is probably going to be a penny. Hopefully we can start with a wheat penny and end with a wheat penny now. This is about the same location that we started and found that first wheat. Let's see what it's going to be. Well, that doesn't appear to be a coin at all. This hole ended up going way deeper than I thought it would. First ended up pulling out this piece of a toy gun, and then even below that there was this bottle cap which still has a piece of the broken bottle attached to it. Guys, we cannot end the episode on a non-coin object, so I'm going to keep searching until we find a coin. I don't care what it is. We're going to get a coin before we end the episode. All right, let's try this again. Sounds like it should be a coin, shouldn't it? Let's find out. Looks like it's just another piece of that aluminum siding. All right, let's try again. All right, how about this one? That actually sounds pretty good. We might even have a silver dime here. Wouldn't that be a way to end the episode? All right, that last hole ended up being a bust. It was something big and deep that I didn't bother digging, but this time we have something, and I've located it in the plug. So I think we might actually finally have a coin this time. It sounded like probably a clad dime, which would be kind of cool to end the episode on, honestly, because we haven't found any dimes today. Yep, I'm right on it right now, so of course it's not a coin. What even is that? Looks like it's just a bent up tag, probably copper, which is why it sounded like a penny or a dime. We'll keep looking. All right, there's no way this isn't gonna be a coin. Check this out. That thing is right on the surface. Sounds like it's gonna be a zinc penny. Let's just go right to that spot, pull out the pinpointer, and see if we can get that to show up for us right on top of the ground. Let me turn my detector off so it's not in the way. All right, I'm looking in that exact location. Oh, there we go. Right there. It is right on top of the ground. But where is it gonna be? All right guys, it is right there. It's not perfectly on top of the ground, so I'm gonna have to cut a little bit into the dirt and get it up, and voila, we have a zinc penny. Very recent drop for sure. Actually, this is a shield scent, which means it's 2010 or later, something that we definitely haven't found yet. And I think we will probably get a date off of this one because it hasn't been in the ground long enough to rot away yet. So yeah, that'll probably go into a collection. Actually kind of a cool find at the end of the episode here. See if I can rub that off so we can get the date. No, it doesn't look like it. We'll clean that up later. So I'll head back to the studio, get all these coins cleaned up, and we'll get them into the books. Hello everybody, and welcome to the wrap-up of hunt number 2 of the Ultimate Coin Hunt. So first off, let's talk about those target collections. If you guys remember in the beginning of the episode, we said that we were going to be looking for Kennedy half dollars from 64 to 84. You guys know that that didn't happen. Also looking for a silver dime. Unfortunately, that didn't happen either. But we did get plenty of coins in the Lincoln Cent collection from 41 to 74, including the very first coin which goes into this collection, which is the 1941 wheat penny. So let's take a look at those coins now and see how many we got. So we'll start off with the wheat pennies that we found in today's hunt, and as you can see, we only got the single wheat penny. It was the first hole of the day. I thought it was a 1911, but it ended up just being a 1941. You can kind of see the date. It's pretty worn out though. 1941 plain, and that reverse side actually looks pretty nice. So let's see where that's going to go into the collection. As you can see here, the 41 through 74 collection, right on the first page, it's actually the first coin in, and it's going to go right there. So I'll push that in just a second. Let's take a look at what else we were able to get. So moving on to the next one, just kind of going down the line in chronological order, we were also able to pull out a bunch of these coins from the 60s. This one happens to be a 1961 Denver. So let's see where that's going to go into the collection. It's actually going to be on the second page here. 61 Denver, pretty popular coin, 1.7 billion of those made, so we'll put that one in. And then next up here we have what looks to be the 1962 Denver. Got a little dent on the side, but that's okay. That's expected from these metal detecting finds. We're actually going to be moving on to the third page of this collection, and as you can see, we have a bunch of coins already on this third page from our previous hunt. So that 1962 Denver is going to be going right there. It's the first coin on that page. Then the very next coin that we have in chronological order, 1966 plain. As you can see, that's going to go right there. 2.1 billion of those minted, so also a very popular coin. Now this one kind of surprised me. I actually didn't realize that we had a San Francisco minted coin here until I cleaned these coins up. I thought it was a Denver, but once I got all that dirt off, I could see. And this is actually a really nice looking coin that we have a 1970 San Francisco. The thing about the 70S is that there's a large date and small date variety. Looking at that, I'm thinking that this is probably going to be a large date, which is much more common than the small date. But one thing that did disappoint me about this collection here, as you can see, we don't have a differentiation here between 1970S, large date, and small date. They just have a single spot for 1970S. So we'll be putting that one into the collection. It does kind of bum me out though that they don't have two separate spots in the collection for that. So next up, I want to take a look at the clad quarters that we found in today's hunt. As you can see, we have 2 of them, and they're both going to be going into this 1965 through 1987 Washington quarter collection, of which we have 1 coin in the collection already. I'll show you that in just a second here. So this has 3 pages, and they're almost entirely empty except for right over here on the third page we got the 1983 Denver, and in just a second here you're going to see we have a coin going in pretty much right next to it. So let's take a look at what we have here. Once again in chronological order, the first coin, one of the first coins that we found in the hunt was this 1967 Washington quarter, very close to being a silver quarter. If it was just 3 years older, we would have had a silver quarter there. But as you can see, it's just a 1967 clad quarter, Philadelphia mint. You don't see a mint mark. The mint mark would be over here on the right side, and I'll show you that in just a second because we actually did get one that does have a mint mark. So let's see where that 1967 is going to be going in today. Right in the beginning of the collection here, 1967 comes in at 1.5 billion, definitely a popular coin. However, this one right here is a little bit more scarce. You can see we have right here a 1982, and right over there on the right hand side, you see a tiny little mint mark. That's a D for Denver. So we got a 1982 Denver quarter right here. Now let's take a look and see the mintage on that one is actually going to be 480 million versus 1.7 billion for the 1967. So that's a better find right there for sure. And like I said, it's going to be going in right next to that 1983 Denver. So we have 2 on the third page and 1 on the first page. We just need 1 on the middle page, and we'll be making some good progress on this collection. So up next, we have a denomination that's brand new to the Ultimate Coin Hunt series, and that is the nickel. And I'm actually really happy with this find. It's going to be going into our older Jefferson nickel collection from 38 up through 61. Just barely made it into that collection. Let's take a look at this nickel that we found. So I originally thought that I had a 1981, but once I cleared the dirt off, and this is a really nice looking coin actually, when it came out of the ground, it's actually going to be a 1961. And when we flip it over to the reverse side, it looks even better. Really nice dark toning on that coin. I like the way that these nickels come out of the ground. You can see that we don't have any mint mark. If we did, it would be on the right hand side of the Monticello there. So here we have our blank 38 through 61 Jefferson nickel collection, and that 1961 that we just found is going to be going right there. It's actually a pretty low mintage compared to the other 2 around it, just 76.7 million minted, and you guys can see why these coins are a little bit harder to find. So our second to last collection for today, believe it or not, is going to be the 1975 through 2013 Lincoln cents. And as you can see, we only have 4 coins left, so 3 of them are going to be going into this collection right here, and then 1 of them is going to be going into yet another collection. We're definitely putting a lot of different coins into some different collections today. So let's open this one up. You can see we already have 3 coins in here, maybe even a few more from the first episode, and we're going to be putting a few more in there today. So let's take a look at our first one right here, 1977 Denver. So that's a pretty popular coin. We'll see in just a second here, but always happy to have a new one into the collection. It's going to be going right there at 4.2 billion minted. Up next, we have a 1982. Now, something to know about the 1982s, they were split between zinc and copper. So some of these are made of zinc, some of them are made of copper. I know that this one is copper because when I pulled it out of the ground, it gave off a copper signal rather than a zinc signal. You can see for sure that this one's going to be a large date. There's a whole bunch of different types of 1982s, but this one's going to be a 1982 copper large date. So let's go ahead and put that one in where it goes. We see copper small date and copper large date right there. So that one's going to go there. And then on top of that, we had another zinc penny, this one with a readable date, very readable on this one actually, 2001 Denver. So let's see where that one's going to go. I think it's going to make it over to, oh, just barely is on the second page at 5.4 billion, right below that 1999, that super crusty coin that we got out of the ground in the last episode. And last but not least, we have our Lincoln cent collection starting in 2014 and going up through the present. And we got a single coin into this collection. You can see the date is 2017 Denver. And the funny thing about that is that if you look at this collection, the title coin right on top is 2017 Denver. And that's the same coin that we got right there. This is the coin that I found right at the very end of the episode. It was practically on top of the ground. Very, very recent drop. But let's go ahead and open up the collection here. And you can see there aren't very many holes for very many coins in this collection, but we'll be putting the 2017 Denver in. So this is actually a collection that we won't be opening very much because there aren't that many coins to put into it. So there you have it. We got a coin into that collection. And before I forget, let's make sure to flip over here and pull this out because it is the first coin in the collection. We'll get rid of that and we'll close this one up, which basically closes up the story on hunt number 2. So just in case you're the kind of person that likes to see the numbers kind of written out, this is everything that I found in today's hunt. I've been keeping track of it by hand like this, and I'll probably be putting this into a spreadsheet and making a post on my website so that you guys can track along exactly what I'm finding and kind of see it all laid out there as well. Hopefully that will help you guys kind of visualize exactly how I'm doing and progressing in these collections as I go along on these hunts. But anyways guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new because we post new videos like this every single week, always bringing you along with the hunts and having a good time. And as always, I'm Quinn, and this is Quin's Coins signing out, and I will see you in the next episode of the Ultimate Coin